Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Etheria restart video, and today we're going to talk about early game gear, the modules in Etheria restart, and when you should start leveling them up, how much you should level up based on like rarity level, and why it's so important to get this right. So, okay, first thing, and I did a video about this earlier, one of your main goals in the early part of this game is getting to be able to farm hard 3, and let me get my face out of the way, hard 3 of Terramaton and hard 3 of Doki Doki, so you're getting some consistent epic tier, this, I think it's epic, the gold tier gear drops. You're going to absolutely need some of this stuff to start farming Nightmare or to start pushing Aurora when you can. You're going to, mostly it's for like the Nightmare mode of those next fights, but you're going to absolutely need some leveled up gear. So how much should you be investing in your early gear in order to, one, be able to farm hard 3, because you're going to need some to do that, and then once you start getting drops from hard 3, how far should you take that? All right, that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to jump into my Leon. She's somebody who I've leveled up a bit, and she's a good example of what I would call the second stage of this, right? Notice every piece of gear she has is the unique tier, the purple tier, and it's all level 9. In my opinion, you can level 9 your epic gear and clear everything you need up until you start getting the gold tier to drop. So I would suggest taking the epic tier to level 9, and anything below that, I would definitely not go past level 9. Now, a benefit here is it's very cheap to level the like green tier and the blue tier stuff, but the main stats don't scale as hard, the sub stats aren't as big, and you're just going to replace those tiers of gear so quick. Take them to 3, take them to 6, especially if you have one like maybe for Leon, I need one more piece of onslaught, and this has crit damage, and this will get me my full set bonus if I just equip this last one. Fine, throw it on there and level it up to get a little bit more value out of that, main stat. But I certainly wouldn't invest too much into these. Now, once you hit the purple, taking them to level 9 is fine. And in fact, if you have some that you really love the main stat on, like early game, you guys, attack bonus for your DPS characters like Leon that scale off of attack. Oh, it's almost better than crit and crit damage in the early game. In fact, I would say HP and attack are super strong early game stats. You kind of want those. Then as you get into the mid game, as you get into the late game, make sure you're critting all the time. Make sure you have big crit damage. But this piece right here, this Valiant Core Onslaught, this is an example of a piece with the attack bonus on it, and it's already rolled into crit damage. This is one that's good enough you could take it to level 12. Now it rolled into HP at level 12. I'll stop there, but that's 28% attack bonus. I will look to replace it as soon as I can with maybe, one of these gold rarity pieces of gear, or maybe you get lucky and one of those mission rewards gives you an outstanding tier. The purple turns into, what is this, fuchsia? Why did they make reddish purple a tier? That's kind of weird. But when you get to, we're not even to this. This is not early game stuff. That's like mid game stuff. These yellow tier pieces are really the focus of the next part right here. So let me jump to a character like Real Mucha right here. Real Mucha, what I've done with her is I've started to collect some of these yellow pieces of gear. If they have a main stat that I like crit damage, I will take them to level 9. At level 9, at that point, usually you have most of your substats filled out. At this point, start pushing towards level 12. I'm hoping for speed or crit rate. I got effect resist, so I'm going to stop. That's about as far as I think you should take your gold pieces of gear. Level 12. It gets really expensive to level these, but level 12 is reasonable, and the main stats, like look at that, 38% crit damage, 38% crit damage. Guess what? When she crits somebody, she crits them hard. So a big tip that I would give you right here, the 3 most important pieces of gear to look at are the right side pieces of gear, because you get the main stat, right? So for a character that wants to be a big DPS, that's critting all the time, wants to do crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, and attack, look for those main stats. For your characters like, here's Chiaki the Echo, I'm looking for a speed set. Notice I got her, I just kind of piecemealed it together. I think I said those words right, and got Swift Rush 12. I want her to lead off my fight, but I also want her to not die. She doesn't really care about attack. So look for stuff like HP bonus in the main stat. And then, oh, maybe she's getting blown up a little bit. Well, okay. I mean, I don't love how this rolled into crit damage, so I'm a little bit hesitant to like level this up a bunch. Like, it's not really rolling into good substats, but this HP bonus, I don't know. Maybe I could, let's check over here. Ooh, look, I do have some gold tier ones that just dropped. Crit damage, that's not really good. HP bonus with HP. I will replace the purple one with this gold one. And here's an example of like tiering up my gear. I will now start leveling this. I got defense bonus. Literally, I want this to roll into anything but attack. So this could potentially be a very good piece of gear. Defense, survivability. Boom, defense again, survivability. The only thing that I'd really want on this is more speed, but I'm getting a bunch of defense. At level 12, it's a 32% HP bonus compared to the, 28 I was getting from the other one. We've leveled up, and this will be a very, very important thing to do. Get yourself to this tier of gear, this epic tier, and look for about level 12. So TLDR, I recommend level 9 max on this purple tier, level 12 max on this gold tier, unless it's like a perfect piece of gear, like main stat that you want. Substats are rolling perfect. If you want to push that up because you think you're going to use it throughout the mid game, go for it. Then once you hit account level 25, your goal with farming this gear is once you get to account level 25 to be able to farm Nightmare 1, 2, and 3 and start getting that fuchsia tier to drop. And then you just kind of keep scaling up from there. Level 12 to 15 would probably be my recommendation on these sets as well, but you're going to have to farm them a lot because you're going to get access to some new sets. Battle Will, for example, you know, you haven't had access to that before, so you're going to start getting some new drops, and that's pretty cool. Okay, that's my tip on early game gearing. Focus on those right side stats because you got the main stats over there. Take your green and blue tiers to like 3 or 6, whatever you kind of need to hold you over. That purple tier, rank 9, the gold tier, level 12, and then push into the mid game with that gold and purple tier gear. Hope that helps answering that question. Have a good one, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.